Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we will be doing an in-depth review of the Samsung Galaxy M33 5G. So Samsung Galaxy M33 5G is the latest budget level or sub 20k price device in India. The pricing starts at 17,999, but you get 2000 rupees off on ICICI card. So the effective pricing is somewhere around 15,999, and this device comes with a full HD 120Hz refresh rate, Exynos 1280 chip, a massive 6000 mAh capacity battery, and a 50 megapixel rear quad camera setup. So how good is the device for this price segment? That's what we're going to talk about in this detailed review. So before getting started, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So let's get started with the detailed review. So first let's have a look at the design and build quality. Now if you look at the front panel design, you can see that this device has a water drop notch and not a punch hole notch. So that could have been improved. Now you get bezels here. These bezels have been kept to minimal. You can see especially the side bezels are quite okay. The bottom bezels are also acceptable for a phone in this price segment. Now this device is around above 9 mm in thickness, slightly above 9 mm, which is still okay because this has a massive 6000 mAh capacity battery, and it feels quite good too. It's not a very heavy or a large device, but it's still it does have some thickness because of the larger capacity battery. Now the back panel design looks quite good actually. The neatly integrated camera section, it's a very small camera unit. You get the quad camera setup. The bottom has an LED flash and you get the Samsung branding. Now the top does not have any openings or slots. At the bottom you get the USB Type-C port, speaker unit, and the 3.5 mm audio jack. It's a single speaker or rather mono speaker, and here on the left side you get the SIM tray, which is a dedicated SD card slot included. So overall in terms of design, we feel it's quite a good looking device out there. Certain improvements which could have been done is providing a punch hole selfie camera instead of the water drop notch, but otherwise for a 6000 mAh battery, this feels quite okay. Now in terms of build quality, Samsung has definitely improved here with the M33. Now this comes with a matte finish back panel. It doesn't scratch easily and it feels quite good actually. It has a very soft finishing and in hand feel is also quite good. Now the side mounted fingerprint scanner also acts pretty well, and the side material finishing also looks quite okay. So build quality definitely feels very good. Now moving on to the display. Now this device comes with a full HD resolution display with 120Hz refresh rate. Now the 120Hz refresh rate actually feels pretty smooth in usage, but this device has a TFT LCD panel. It's not an IPS LCD nor an AMOLED or Samsung's AMOLED, but here we get a TFT LCD panel. Now Samsung could have done better here with an IPS LCD panel if not an AMOLED, but this TFT LCD isn't bad actually. In terms of usage, it does produce some good colors. The brightness levels are also good. The touch response also feels pretty good. Even for multimedia experience, it feels quite good, and even there is also Corning Gorilla Glass support on this device. So display isn't bad, but there are areas of improvement, especially providing an IPS LCD panel which has better quality than the TFT display. Now next let's talk about the software. Now we have Samsung's One UI on this device. So if you go to the about phone and go to the software information, you get One UI 4.1 and Android 12. So this is one of the important things because you get a full-fledged One UI experience, and you get a lot of additional features and tools included. If you go to the advanced options, you get motions and gestures, video call effects, game launcher, dual messenger, floating windows, and a plethora of options from Samsung. So it's a really good UI in terms of experience. There is no compromise in the UI, and you get Android 12 out of the box. Very few devices are offering Android 12 right now, and Samsung is one of them. So that's pretty good. And Samsung is offering 2 years of updates and 3 years of security patches. That means this device will get Android probably till Android 16 or 2024, which is kind of okay for the budget segment. Now this device also comes with Samsung's proprietary apps like Secure Folder, Knock Security, then you get Samsung Pay, and a plethora of other options are also included. So it's a full-fledged UI experience, and Samsung's One UI provides really good customization options and loaded with features. Next, let's move on to the performance aspect. Now this is powered by the Exynos 1280 chipset. It's a 5 nanometer chip. It's a pretty good chip actually. It's a good in terms of CPU performance. We hardly felt any sort of lag or stutters, and it's kind of good experience overall in terms of day-to-day usage. browsing social media, watching movies, calls, browsing the web, all these things on a regular basis, and even using the camera, there was no heating issues, and it was pretty smooth experience overall. Now when it comes to gaming, it's not a device for gamers. Although the GPU performance isn't bad, but it's not definitely a device for gamers. You can play casual games on this device. So that's the performance side. Now the Exynos 1280 is quite a capable chipset for this price segment. Now this device is offered in 6GB RAM as well as 8GB RAM. And you get dedicated SD card support as well. So in case you want to expand the storage, you can also do with the dedicated SD card support. Now this device also comes with a single mono speaker. Now the sound performance isn't bad actually, it's quite loud and pretty good experience overall in terms of sound output as well, especially for multimedia. The speakers are quite loud as well. Now the device has a side mounted fingerprint scanner, and also you get face unlock, which is quite okay. We didn't see any sort of issues here. Now this device has 4G LTE, voice over Wi-Fi, carrier aggregation, and 5G bands. Plenty of 5G bands are supported, so you don't have to worry about 5G when it comes. This device will take care of that. Now next let's talk about the camera. So we have a quad camera setup here. We have a primary 50 megapixel camera, then we have a 5 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth sensor. Now the primary camera is quite a capable one. In fact, the 50 megapixel JN1 sensor does a pretty good job in terms of daylight conditions, good detailing, good clarity, and even the colors also looks quite okay. So it's a satisfactory camera in the 50 megapixel shooter, but the ultra wide is just a 5 megapixel shooter, so it has limitations in terms of detailing and sharpness levels. And the macros are also quite okay, but again 2 megapixel doesn't give that much of clarity. That's restrictions on this device because of the sensor. 2 megapixel does offer decent clarity, but again there is a lot of noise included. Now the low light experience is quite satisfactory. The selfies are kind of okay, although it's just an 8 megapixel shooter, it does produce decent selfies overall. So we have done the detailed camera review of this device, so you can check out that video to find out how the quality of the camera is. And this device supports 4K resolution videos, and 1080p at 60 fps is also supported, which is seldom found on a lot of devices in this price segment right now. So that is the camera aspect. If you want to have a detailed look of the camera, do check out our camera review. We have posted that. Now this device comes with a large 6000 mAh capacity battery. That's the highlighting aspect about this device. Massive capacity battery, and you get a 25 watt fast charging support. Now there is no charger inside the box. That's definitely a downside, but the 6000 milliamp hour battery offers great experience. You can easily get through more than a day of battery life. In fact, almost 2 days of battery life should be possible with this device. And screen on time should also be really good on this device. So batteries are stellar on the Samsung Galaxy M33 5G. But the downside here is that the 25 watt adapter is not bundled with the box package. You have to spend additional money to buy that. So that is the detailed experience with the Samsung Galaxy M33 5G. So let's list out the pros and cons of this device. So pros include 120Hz display, which is pretty smooth. The processor is capable, the Exynos 1280 is capable in terms of daily usage. Then excellent battery life, and you get 25 watt charging, although charger is not included. Battery is really good on this device. You get a good number of 5G band support, almost 12 5G bands is supported. Then the primary camera, the 50 megapixel camera, offers good experience. Then Android 12 is included, and you get 2 years of security, or rather 2 years of Android updates and 3 years of security updates. Those are the pros of this device, and the Samsung's One UI experience is pretty good, and you get Android 12 as well. Now the cons of this device: there is no charger in the box, and Exynos 1280 is not a really great chipset for gaming. Then ultra wide and macro cameras are just average, I would say. Then apart from that, it's a TFT display. Samsung could have done away with an IPS LCD panel at this price segment. So those are the pros and cons of the Samsung Galaxy M33 5G. Now the pricing is at 17,999 for the base variant, and with offers you can get it for 15,999, so that means 60,000 rupees. So for 16,000 rupees you get a good battery life, and it's a decent value for money device out there if you are ready to compromise on few things. So that was a detailed review of the Samsung Galaxy M33 5G. We will share the link to buy the Samsung Galaxy M33 5G in the description of this video. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.